I used to have an adamant dislike for Doctor Who that had little to do with the show itself. Aside from a few Sci-Fi Channel commercials I had seen back in the day, I had zero experience with the series. So the reason I avoided the show like the plague? Whovians. Over the years, I've run into many self-proclaimed superfans, and while all of them meant well, their zeal for the show kind of turned me off to the whole thing. It's not their genuine enthusiasm for the show that bothered me, rather it was their insistence that you have to like Doctor Who. A lot of them carry this mindset that there is no tangible reason for not loving the show as much as they do. For me, this kind of came across like someone smacking you in the face with a folding chair while screaming, "Isn't this fun? Aren't you having fun? Why aren't you having fun?" I'm going to guess that at least some of you have had similar Whovian experiences, so let me prove that I'm on your side. I'm not a Whovian. I don't think that everything Doctor Who has ever done is great. In fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you what parts of the show I think you should skip. That being said, I love Doctor Who and can't believe it took me so long to give the show a chance. I'll admit, the show isn't for everyone. It's quirky, out there, and at times super cheesy, but if you give it an honest try, I think you'll grow to love it. Originally released in 1963, Doctor Who is a sci-fi adventure/comedy series that originally aired on the BBC and is one of the longest-running TV shows of all time. Before that scares you into hitting the back button, here's the thing. After the show's ratings started to decline in the late 80s, BBC put Doctor Who on an indefinite hiatus. After almost 2 decades of inactivity, the show was brought back. While the 2003 reboot is technically a continuation of the original series, you don't need any knowledge of the older episodes. The show explains every narrative beat like the audience has never seen it before and references the older show more like a history book than common knowledge. They take this so far as to call the 2005 reboot the new Season 1 and everything else classic Doctor Who. That being said, here's the premise of the show. Our hero is a man known only as the Doctor, a 900-year-old Time Lord who wanders both time and space in his time machine called the TARDIS, and yes, you're going to hear the word time a lot in this explanation. Finding out that he is the last surviving Time Lord, the Doctor tasks himself with upholding peace throughout the galaxy and preserving the fabric of time itself. Along the way, the Doctor picks up various traveling companions, mostly hot British women, and does battle with all sorts of monsters and baddies. Oh, and if you're confused, yes, all 11 of these guys are the same Doctor. When the original Doctor, William Hartnell, left the show due to declining health, the production crew had to figure out a way to keep the wildly successful show going while replacing their lead actor. A brilliant solution was pitched. What if the Doctor could heal a serious injury by regenerating his body? And thus one of Doctor Who's most iconic features became a revolving door of actors, all with a unique take on the Doctor. Without getting into spoilers, that really is the whole crux of the show. The time and space combo means that an episode can take place literally in any setting. Be it a planet getting sucked into a black hole or Renaissance-era Venice, anything is fair game and subject to the show's weird twist on history. You know the volcano that wiped out Pompeii? Yeah, that was actually giant lava monsters, and at one point the Doctor tried to hold them hostage with a super soaker, and, well, things just got a little out of hand. The last phrase really nails the appeal of the show. The lines between serious and silly, cheesy and cool, they're all a little blurred here. Doctor Who's distinctly British humor makes it probably one of the most quotable shows on TV. At the same time, Doctor Who has one of the most grim and depressing plots I've ever seen. While the Doctor himself is a whimsical, oftentimes ridiculous character, being an immortal paragon of justice means witnessing and doing a lot of horrible things, and knowing exactly when and how all of your friends are going to die. If you're even remotely interested by all this, hear me out on what I'm about to say. A lot of Whovians are going to just tell you to hop on Netflix and watch the show from Season 1. I'm going to urge you not to do that. Because of the first season's shoestring budget and horrible writing, I nearly gave up on the show entirely. Instead, scroll down to Season 3 and watch an episode called Blink. This particular episode is literally a standalone from the series and explains everything you need to know about the Doctor and the show's plot devices. What's more, you get a perfect sampling of how the show blends humor, suspense, and sci-fi into one unique package. If you finish Blink and want more, go back to Season 1 and watch these episodes. They're by far the most bearable portions of Season 1 and also set up events for the much improved Season 2. I'm not saying that you have to skip Season 1, but unless you just love zany farting aliens, you're really not going to get anything out of this. From there on out, you can just enjoy the ride. While Season 2 is plenty cheesy, David Tennant's phenomenal performance as the Doctor and the self-aware tone on the show makes it a far more endearing kind of cheese. However, if you can't get past things like cat nuns or flying cars, there is one more option. In a lot of ways, Season 5 is the reboot of the reboot. With all new actors, writers, and a massive budget increase, Season 5 and up takes the show in a way different, often more serious direction. What's more, one of the biggest criticisms of the new seasons is how independent they are of Seasons 1 through 4. I really think you could start here and catch on to things just fine. With the American audience steadily growing, Doctor Who isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and I hope this video has made you consider giving the show a second chance. I'm Alex D, and that's what you nerd to know.